Hey guys, we're live. I was trying to get a hold of CT, but unfortunately busy right now, so don't worry about that. But we are live. Um, so a few things we can go off the start. Congratulations to the Dodgers for winning World Series back-to-back years. Not what I wanted to see, but it is what it is. But now we can actually go forward with the off season though. That's what's more exciting for me. Um, Pretty much everything that I've seen, we're going to be going after outfielder. We're going to go after pitching, especially bullpen. And we definitely need to upgrade the bench. And we're going to have to figure out who stays and who goes. But before we go, I'm just going to post the link for the open panel. If you got anyone wants to come up, it is now in the stream. I can't pin that thing, so um, we'll have someone. I'll just post it if someone asks for it. But yeah. What a great game for Game 7. You had one team winning, one coming back, then going into extras. Seeing the old school and seeing a player that hit a home run that we never would have expected to win the game. And he had a bases loaded. And this is why we all say situation hitting really is a thing, really important. You know, the Blue Jays left 20 man in runnings in scoring positions that game. That could have been a lopsided win for them. Instead, they lose unfortunate. But one of a great season for both teams. We're definitely have to make some moves to make be better than the Blue Jays. I know we were winning for a while for the during the schedule, but then we had the June and July was the worst months I ever seen us play. And somehow we came back and tied them, but we couldn't do anything in the playoffs. So I think the main issue is what we're gonna need to deal with pitching, and definitely get upgrade our offense to be consistent because let's face it, I always there's games where it just never showed up. We just not hit the long ball and boom. We're just not. It's like we got shut out or put one or two home runs and that was it. I want to see more contact hitting on this team. I want to see guys that are more versatile. I want to see the running game get back into shape. I like to see guys running, stealing, hustling every play, making sure the plays are not yawning in the field, and just trying to just play the best they can play. I just don't. I want to see some. I think we're going to see a lot of trades this offseason because I don't think the Yankees want to sign a lot of these big contracts. But just as my thoughts, um, a lot of the I know football is playing right now too, and that's a whole different objective what we're dealing with. Now it's actually football and basketball season's about to start up. It's I know the NBA is going on. I'm not a big NBA guy um, for quite some bit. Ever since the flopping and that, I just stopped watching. Um, Other things that I do like to see is college basketball, but I watch UConn men, both the women and men when I have a chance, but it's hard when my job, but it's okay. Um, so Beagle, how's your dog doing better? I know you're he's giving you good money for good thing for the your money. Um, what else is there to talk about? Well, there's a few still having accidents. It's okay, Beagle. It takes a little bit. It, I'm not gonna lie. It's it never ends. It took some of my dogs like 7 or 8 months to finally get what we're doing and give us a signal. It just takes it's rough. I know how that whole stage is. It's just one of those things where dogs are just one day it's just gonna click after going through it, month, doing the same things and everything. But it will come better, Beagle. Trust me, be better times ahead. And which leads me into you. How many? How many people are going to think we're going to go after Kyle Tucker or Bellinger? That's the question because some people predicting we are, and some are predicting we don't get either of them. Personally, I don't think I. You might have to get a bigger size up Eagle. Um, if you have a small, I would go to a medium. I have all my dogs are pretty much large or extra large um for mine, and they also for all the crates they have like you have a medium size. Did you have I'm just thinking about something. Do you have the crate so you can make it bigger or smaller? There's like a little thing that goes in the middle to make the size small or bigger, like like a little bar that usually comes with. Nope. Okay, so he's doesn't really fit there, so maybe you have to go up to a large, but not in a crate. Yeah, I don't have mine in my crate either. Um, I'd probably go to a large then if it's that, so he has a little bit more room, I guess. That might help a little. He has plenty of room. He just so he just wants to. Maybe you want to try. Maybe the best bet would probably be giving him like a toy because I have to do that for my youngest one. Still after 3 years old, we have like a chew toy like a Kong or something like a what's it King Kong variety that's really tough on it, so you don't have to worry about them breaking stuff. That's what I do with my one of my females, one of my youngest ones. Basically, she she plays with it out. Sometimes it will work. Even Eve can't does that. Even does that. Yeah, sometimes the dogs just want to come out, and that's one of those things where you have to. That's where you have to be like very persistent. Because right now, I'll tell you, I have all of them are sleeping right now, but few of them were just listening, like, or I had them out for a while and then put them back. Um, she was screeching for a while just because she wants to be out because it's a nice day out there, and I'm like, no, I'm doing stuff around the house, so you gotta be persistent. It's like, yeah, 22,000 steps. That's awesome, dude. I wish I could get that in a day, but I'd be like too sore the next day for work. I try to limit to mine to 10,000. I'm not that much in there. I'm like maybe 4,000. I just run around like I can, but today's like kind of like a down day because with all the time went back an hour after dinner. Yeah, that's that's one of those. The dogs just want to come out and play, and you're like, no, I'm done. After playing with them for a while a bit. That might be something you might want to look into. Maybe they have dog training classes. Eagle, if you ever look into that, maybe that would help. Maybe like find like agility course one for him to help like wear him out if he's up to like the challenge. But we're almost 10 minutes into it, so yeah, persistent. That's what it takes. It takes a lot of yep, persistence, consistent. Hey, Dev. Yeah, no, I tried calling CT. I couldn't get him to figure out what it was doing. I gave him the link like real early this morning, like around like 10. So CT's going probably underneath the Nintendo Switch again. Box within a box within a box. Dev. Let's see what else we have. We definitely have a maybe he's sleeping. Maybe he's sleeping under a rock again, Dev. Think he's probably celebrating with his dad too much last night. Oh man, I actually got to sleep until like 11. That's like the first thing. You're watching the football, oh, the Giants versus the 49ers. That's a close game. I saw. I was watching a little bit before, checking the scores here and there. My fantasy football team. When the fantasy football teams, I have London. I don't. Beagle, don't worry about what the Dodgers. It's you got to think about it this way. They have all that money they have to pay back, and then they're gonna keep on doing. It's gonna hit them all at once. So don't think about it too bad. I think we'll be back. I think we'll have a better team next year. I know defensively we're a lot better than most of better. I think we're a better team defensively. Look at how bad the defense was this this play the World Series. The defense wasn't the greatest for both teams. Both had errors. Both had bad deep offense. I mean, not pitching. Yeah, that's awesome, Dev. Yeah, look how many errors were there. Look how much impact the bullpen was for both teams. It just came to luck, and unfortunately, contact hitting hit a home run. That's pretty much how it ended with. They had the bases loaded, two outs, and what happens? Nothing. I've watched it like a few times, and some of these plays were like incredible. Being at the right place at the right time, throwing the ball the right way, not falling or that. It's just unbelievable. That was a thrilling game. Yeah, it just sucks that the Dodgers won again, but kudos they brought it to them 2 games in a row. No one, everyone thought Blue Jays were gonna win it all, and they did it. They did it with a double play at the end of the game. That's how good the defense works. He got the ball exactly where Yamamoto got the ball where he needed to, so the shortstop could turn that double play. That's how it ended. Um, I would Beagle. I know it'd be a good idea, but it takes 18 hours, a good amount of time from California to Japan. Do you think it would be a good idea and this is something you got to think about logically, how many hours your flight you're going to be in there just to play if you like a one series and fly back and be jet lagged for that long? I don't think they'll base it in USA. The Japanese market's so much bigger up like for that. You go to watch any of the Japanese games, Beagle, the whole fan things are enormous. Like their stadiums are always sold out. That's the one thing about baseball. It sells out in Japan really, really well. I don't think they would want to be in Japan if you gave them a team. That's the things. That's just the reality of it. Um, I I like to say we do have a minority owner in the Yankees that we brought on that is Japanese. If you're not too sure if you heard of that or not, Beagle. Um, that's why he's been pushing to try getting these Japanese players. He's been pushing to help get these guys here. It just haven't happened yet, but it will eventually. How many notifications I'm getting for base? Oh, Monte's. Oh, this is my other. Uh, too many of my football things going off like left, right, and center. Oh, and there's another breaking news. Um, Michael Keane is a free agent now. Jason from One River 161 confirmed it. So Michael Keane is a free agent, which might be a target the Yankees will go after for a free agent starting pitching. I guess both Mutual or the player option didn't stick, so he is a free agent. That's something that's interesting. Um, Beagle, I'm not really hyped up on the pitchers per se. Ever since Daisuke Matsuzaka, Galia, I never really was hyped on it. The only ones I was really hyped on was Tanaka and Yogamoto. Those are the only two pitchers. I mean, Darvish is a good pitcher, but I don't see him. I don't. He is good. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't see him in the same league as them. He is good, and Tigo Nagma from the Cubs is a good one that's been sneakily good. But there's only one other guy that was really good. I really think there's only been like three really good guys for um for those players, Japanese players. Most of the position players have transitioned well if you look at it. Yeah, Matsu is really good. He was one of the best ones we had. Ichiro was a great one. Imagine if he started the career here like that, he would have the all-time hit record. That's how good that Ichiro was. Um, I don't. We have Kim. I believe on the Dodgers, there's a Korean Kim that was. He's been advertised for the Korean stuff. I don't think Roki's going to be the hype as he is. I think it's going to take a while for him to be really good in the States. I think he might be in the bullpen guy because he doesn't keep that because he didn't look that good as a starter this year. But usually the contact Japanese players transition while a lot of the other ones don't, unfortunately. Um, I really would stay away from um, the first and third baseman that has been linked to the Yankees. Matsuzaka, you know which one I'm talking about. Left-handed one that plays left first base and third base that's getting posted. I would go after the right-handed guy for outfield. He can play first, he can play third, he can play outfield. That's the guy I would go after for the guys. He's a contact hitter, like Jason says. I just don't want. I want to see that. I don't know what we're gonna do with Ben Rice because you can have him as a catcher or you can have him as a first baseman. We're gonna really have to figure out where he's gonna stay. Go, can't be jerking him one way or another. And Stan's contract is he's getting paid 10 million. We're getting 10 million from that. Um, 10 million's off the payroll now with Aaron Hicks. We only have a $1 million buyout clause that's getting posted this year. His whole contract is gone. Next year, DJ's contract's gone. That's dead. There's 25 million right there in dead weight. We're actually gonna play. Marcus Stroman's contract's gone. We don't have to worry about the innings either. That's more payroll. I think we're gonna be just fine. I think we're gonna see a couple. I'm thinking we're gonna see a few player signings and a lot of trades. Don't give your hopes up. A lot of these minor league guys might be traded. To me, I go after a right-handed catcher if they're just gonna platoon with Wells. But that's just me. We'll see who they go after. There might be we'll see something totally different. Maybe they will see players that we don't know get traded that we didn't think. Uh, we're hearing Dominguez is getting looked at, see what they can get for him. I don't think he goes. I really think we're going to see a left. I like to see Dominguez next year give a full Volpe treatment in left field. Let him play every day. He wasn't better than Grisham this year, but he was hitting in his first bad one. He only had the first bad month, and then after that, he was hitting. But Grisham just was better this year. And I think it cost him development, and people wonder why he's not developed. You're going from playing center field where the ball travels straight, it's easier to read, versus left field where you have the back comes off the back, the whole angles are totally different. It's hard. Yankee Stadium is one of the hardest left field to play. Um, What else do we want to talk about? I'll throw a link in the chat again if anyone hasn't seen it or not. Okay, there you go. StreamYard's being a little sluggish for me for some reason. I hope I want to see how to I like to see how I would back in the day how George would go and get the player one and do the market. I'm not too sure how he's going to give the green light, but I wouldn't be surprised if you see. Sorry about the just a lot of stuff going on. I wouldn't be surprised if we really trade. We see a big trade before we sign someone because I think they're going to look to lock down that rotation because um, one of the pictures we have are coming up for years, and it'd be great to add another guy to the starting depth. I would say probably my guys I would think about getting are is probably my the number one target I would go after is Scooble from the Tigers. Um, that's what I would go for. I don't know. Maybe I try to give see if what they would want for him. I know it'd be an ideal situation because for, he's a free agent next year. You don't have to give up as much. The other guy I really try to target is Donovan from the Cardinals. Yes, he's injured prone a little bit, but the guy's diversity and it'd be solid pickup. You could play well, you could play second, third, left, right, center. Right. This guy is what the type of guys you want to have, and he's good defensively. He's fundamentally sound. Yes, he's a left-handed hitter. We need more right-handers too, and that's the other question: is how many you got? You need to bring two guys in, and you're probably going to need to bring a right-handed bat into it to make this team of that lineup balanced. Training Dominguez makes it not really balanced either. He's a switch hitter; he can balance it from either side, and he did get better on the right side too, which was something that people don't realize. He just gives them time. He's going to make adjustments and he's going to hit them. This guy hits. He hit in triple A. He hit in double A. He can hit in the major leagues. You just got to give him consistency, playing time. Imagine that a concept. I know. I know. Um, TT would say that too. Consistency, and then the other thing is, are we going to see Yankees part with Spencer Jones in a trade, or are we going to see him actually play center? I like to see him play and see what we can do, we have in him. I think he's a hot commodity. I could see them going after a Scooble. No, not Scooble. Skeens with for him, but I don't think the Padres are going to let him go. I think next year is the year he's going to when his pre-arbitration starts. His number is going to be bonkers. He's one of the best pitchers in baseball. That's one of the players you got to get. But that's just some thoughts on my things. I would try to bring back a few relievers I could see in a few trades too. We gotta definitely get our margins better. We gotta get the real five players that we need on the roster. First one I would just Homer Rodriguez Cruz. I would get Will Granger for him. He's a guy. I Chase Hampton is a guy that we should do, but he's been injured. I don't think they want to. He will get picked up but he's injured. He's not. He's not ready. And for position players, it's everyone says T.J. Rumfield. I thought I to me he would have been brought up by now. He can play first, he can play third. But I don't think he's. I don't know if we're gonna let. I think he's gonna be. I think the Yankees are gonna let him go. But that's just my thoughts. There's a lot of other players. I know Jason and Jonathan went through a lot of these players yet the other day on River 161's channel. So make sure you watch that video because that was really interesting. Um, any Beagle, you have any other word thoughts? You want to any other topics you want to talk about? What the? Yeah, I have a. Yeah, Beagle, we have I have the an X account. If you read the thing, it says it right there. I have a TikTok one too. I made it. I did make that Facebook group. Only guys I would really want is only thing I would want is contact backs. Those are the guys I did things. Pete Alonso's hell has said he liked them from Heyman, but what do we know? He said, also said Arson Jarge is going to the Giants. It's one of those weird things. Um, uh, so that's why it's really hard for me to say what they do. If they really want a first baseman, the guy I want is near nearest the what nearest or no Neil. Yeah, Dev. Everyone wants a lot of Yankee fans want him with pitchforks and and fire and torches. That's what they really do. They want to go with pitchfork and torch that for booing in Cashman. But if you looked at the last the conference, I keep on rewatching it, and there's like a big. It looks like a big distrust on Cashman and Boone now. If you look at it, so there's something might be cooking in the background that we don't know about. Um, hey Jacob or Choosy, I hope you're doing well this week. Hopefully you got some good sleep with the extra clock time this year from the switch over. Yeah, Boone's getting Boone going. Yeah, we have a lot of fun and we could have that's a whole the whole channel like whole you could have a whole thing about people asking about Cashman and Boone going. Personally, I really just want to see a manager that actually can actually go against that. Look at what Roberts did last year. Yeah, we have yeah, that's the only thing. If they really show that they're really going to be in it for it, you got to go all in. And what does all in look like? Well, here's what I would say all in is: you get Tucker, you get Bellinger, you get make the Scooble trade, you go get two relievers for the bullpen, you go out and get a shortstop and get rid of Volpe. That's how you really improve the team. Get someone that who can play offense and defense and not go on these long spades. That's how you really win this thing. But that's all. If you really want to go all out, you would have to trade players that we don't like. We don't want to see go in the farm system. If you really look at it, I'm not kidding. If you really want to see we're not playing this thing. Okay, there we go. It's Eagle. We just got a troll. We're not playing that game. Um, but if you really want to see the Yankees do have a real good shot, they would have to make something like sustainable. You would need yeah, I didn't bring them up on this. Yeah, we got a troll. I tried to enter the studio. I just kicked them out. I just figured I'd tell you. Um, if you came into the StreamYard vehicle, you could see the private message. You could really see what they said. It was bad. Like but seriously, if you really want to see these Yankees really get better, you will have to see them get a Super Bowl. You would have to see them try to make a trade for a shortstop or a trade or sign Bichette. Personally, I don't think I want to bring Bichette in. He's going to probably come with a qualified offer from the Blue Jays. Yes, he has good postseason numbers. I've been saying I want Volpe gone for the last 3 years. I never thought believed in the hype of Volpe. I'm not. He never really impressed me. It was a rookie year, and then look at the second one. He was having a good one at Double A, but you can't go from Double A only playing like a handful of games out of Triple A to be in a major leaguer and expect to freaking win, be a good MLB hitter. That's not how you. That's not how you do it. If you were okay with them with the defense, but you got to make sure the offense is there. To me, I don't think he's a Swanson type. I think he just needs an. I think needs to change up their thing. What's up, Mark? What do you have to say? We did get a troll, you know. Okay, that's pretty funny. No, that's what uh that's I hope the Dodgers did what they did to the Blue Jays did to us. Playing one of their songs. That's what I would have done. But that's karma. I'm not looking at the. It just it comes down to pitching, Merk, and look what the Blue Jays did. They didn't have a great bullpen. And he came back and bit him. Yeah. Now there's a bigger target on him now. He tried to back, but guess what? He never walked the walk. I'll give him credit for going for it, trying to and saying that he did put he came up a play. It's just the pitching never showed up for him. But he had a good series. I'll give him he had a good series for against the Dodgers for batting wise and hitting wise and defensive even wise. But it fell short. It kind of seemed like they were leading all game, and then all of a sudden it happened. What happened to like Game 5 happened to them. They imploded after having like 4-2 round two 4-2 lead, and then a home run here, and then another home run off the closer. It's that's what it happened to me. What I looked at it, and then they had they fell apart. And that's the thing. The one thing I did notice against the Blue Jays, and when they were facing good things, they kind of choked sometimes. The Yankees just didn't have their lineup wasn't right. It fell apart in extras. The 100%. Both teams were using starters. Yamamoto won 2 innings. Shane Bieber gave up a home run. That's the game. That's what happened. You had Snell coming for an inning. You had a lot of guys that were starters going in just to make sure they have arms for the thing. And I liked how they went to the. I like the old school. No one gets on base and we start in second. That's what it's supposed to should be during the regular season. I don't. It's such a bad such a bad position as a bullpen. Yeah, the Dodgers were at ice cold, and then all of a sudden it woke up. They didn't. They have that if factor that we our team doesn't have right now. They don't want to lose. They hate losing more than like winning. That's the problem, Merc. And you got to have guys like that on the team to change that team mentality. And that's where you need some guys that actually have or that want to just win at all costs. Players. I think Bellinger is one of them. That's why I'm torn because Tucker would probably contract going to age out though. Well, can you have more piece of Tucker? But I don't know, Merc. I called him. I sent him the link and everything. You saw me post that in the in our our chat. I tried calling him twice before I went live. Okamoto. Yeah, I want him too. That guy will be good. He's a right-handed hitter too, and contact. The only thing is, I'm not too sure he's going to be very consistent, but we'll see what happens with that. Lots of time and wait. And there's also another Japanese pitcher that's going to be posted. That's a right-handed starter. That's like a has a qualities like a Yamamoto. That's what Jason from River 161 posted a couple days ago, I guess, or went over. We really need to start getting some guys from there. Japan, that would help the revenue. Everyone's saying, "Oh, we don't make a lot of money." The thing, yeah, Japanese player that's good. Have them on our team. You'll get the Japanese market back really quick. If I was the Yankees, I'd go talk to Hideki and talk to these guys, see what you can get, and let one of the minority owners of the Yankees talk to them too, because they do have a investment person in there too. I would even try getting some people from Korea if I wanted to come over. That's a market that some of these players are really good for are too. You always got to span baseball, and that's how you get these guys. Get one or two good players. Guess what? The whole country's gonna be watching that, and that's a lot more views up. That's how you really make these teams better. Get Okamoto. I would probably get breathers and get Tucker Bellinger, bring them into their mix. Have Jones for a center. Then I would go after a starter like I want Scooble. I really want schemes, but that's not going to happen. Then I would try getting two relievers, and then I try to bring Rosario back for a bench, and I would go after a right-handed pitcher, not pitcher, right-handed with reliever, and I bring Tim Hill back and get another lefty. That's what I would do. But we'll see what happens. There's so many ways you can fill this roster. We roughly have I believe there's about I let Grisham leave. Let him walk. That was the best $5.5 million contract this year. That was on the majors for the production we got, but he's gonna get paid. He's walking. I just don't know what else you want to. I want to see a couple bullpen arms. Weaver might be leaving. That'd be sad, but made him good. But they rushed him back, and that was on us, and he never was the same. But that's some of my thoughts. What do you think, Mark? Who do you go after? And Heyman's suggesting the Yankees get Pete Alonso. I don't think we're doing that. That's we need. You go. There has to be a combination. You got to have the right fit of players and what we need for this roster. Pete would be an awesome guy to have with Judge. He's also right-handed. that helps balance the lineup, but the price cost is going to be a lot. And I bet the good thing about Pete is he doesn't have the um picks attached to him this year. He can't have a that contract. He just if he leaves, he walks away. No compensation, and that's something they need to start changing in the CBC. I don't why the players that leave the teams need shouldn't get compensation picks if they're doing that. To me, it needs to be reworked. You want I, he strikes. Yeah, he did strike a lot, but he had good numbers though. I don't know, Beagle. To me, time's going slow. I've just been doing things around the house slow, and it just seems like it's dragging by slow. Cause like it'd be like 5:40 if it was right now if we didn't put the clock back. But there's a lot of guys that we can get. It's just a matter of who's gonna age well and how much it's gonna cost. We got another 4 more years to that Yankee Stadium's paid off. That'd be the time where I want to say, see, really want to see what hell's gonna really do. Because now that's a big chunk of money that that'll be the way to see what Hell really wants to do. Because that's a lot of money they're putting out for there. Because the Yankee Stadium was not cheap, and they're still paying on it. 4 years are projected to finish, and that's when I want to really see what the Yankees really do. That will tell me everything. The stadium being paid off would be a lot of money that they could use towards this team if they really want to go full out. But I think that's what they're worried about because they're not. That's why they think Hal wants the budget. But I don't want to see us. We'll never see a salary cap in baseball. It makes way too much money. And the players' union is a lot stronger than the owners. They do this lockout next year. Guess what? I don't. It's Merc. The thing with Jazz, how are you gonna trade a guy that just went 30 for 30 for pitching, or for a different player? That's the thing. He made it hard to trade him, even though he had a bonehead thing in the off season, postseason, I should say. Yawning, yeah, a couple of things on there in the field. Jazz is very energetic and the type of player you need, but he was being a Yankee. But the only problem is he can't you can't freaking. He has to be focused more. You got to have guys that can manage him better. I want Brandon Donovan. That's the one thing I really do want. Um, he can play short. He can play third. He plays second. Plays left. He plays right. Solid defenders. Probably cost a little bit to get him, but we have pitching. Cardinals need pitching. They probably is gonna come with a starter. I bet they trade Brandon Donovan. I bet like someone like a Sonny Gray goes with him. So you got to figure out that. If you want the Sonny, I want to see Rosario back. That's the one guy I do want to see. I like to have a bench of Jose Caballero, Rosario, Oswaldo Cabrera. That's what I like to see. That'd be a strong bench that can play everywhere. And bring up back one of the catchers. Then you have a guy that can play out in that. They all play out in infield. Then you need one other player too. That's the only bad part about it would be. But if you have Brendan Donovan, guess what? Then you have all of them but center covered. We'll see about. I really want Rosario at the very minute. Bellinger, it's going to be tough to see who's if he's going to be back or not. It's Scott Boris. He likes to bring players that they want to go, and then he likes to take them away like as fast as he can get them. We've seen that so many times. Good players are about to go be somewhere, and then love being there, and then they botched it. Look at what Freddie Freeman did. He did a Freddie Freeman. Braves matched it, and he went to the Dodgers. He never told them. Dodgers could be looking a lot different. That's the what really drives me nuts. But everything's been looking good though. Hopefully, we can see a great off season for the Yankees, and we'll be all excited. And Michael Keane is a free agent. Merc. I'm not sure if you saw either the mutual or King didn't agree to on coming back. So um, they have my dog. Very good. Um, I was expecting it to be a lot worse than he is. Honestly, he's really doing very well. He's walking a lot better already. Um, he's really bedridden for 2 weeks, pretty much. Then after that, that's when the therapy starts with him. He's have to start walking him 3 times a day, 5 minutes each for him. On a leash, and then um I can't really have him walking around. I have to have him on a leash for the first, I think, 4 weeks, pretty much. There's like a path. I have to bring him in after 2 weeks to see if the bone is healing properly. Short version, he had an ACL tear. We found. I brought him up there up until he had basically a torn ACL. Basically, we found out um, by X-rays. Um, basically, I got him back Friday. Surgery was Thursday. Everything went well. He's in bed right now. He's doing he has to wear a cone for 2 weeks. Still, this everything's down. He's on antibiotics. He's on a lot of pain meds, but he is doing a lot better. He's walking better. He feels better. He's in good spirits. I just feel bad that we had to put him through this, but he is walking a lot better, and he's from all the doctors said. From what when I first got him going to doctors tonight, they said he's a whole different dog. So I guess I could say me and my wife did some good with him with helping him with all this, a lot of dog training, a lot of having to give him certain meds, and that certain meds do work. So I'm glad he's working a lot better, walking a lot better. He's a lot happier. Mm, you could tell he feels a lot. He hurts, but he's a lot happier because he can put weight on it. 'Cause before he couldn't even do that. Merc. I'm just very grateful that I could afford doing this. What's killing me is that kitchen not being done. That's what's driving me nuts. But that's a whole different story. But I do have a funny ice cream story yesterday. I was going to say on the stream. I was going to tell CT. I'll tell you guys, but then I'll tell CT this live again because it's pretty funny. So I was out shopping and my wife wanted ice cream. So I said, okay, we'll stop at Dairy Queen. Go get hers. Um, Fine. I got a twist. They said, oh, we don't have enough chocolate, so you're gonna have to wait a few minutes. So he slams the door on me. That's like pushing looking at him. He slams this glass door, and then the funny when he came back after about like maybe not even 30 seconds later, oh, it's done already. So he hands it to me. He goes, "Have a good one. Enjoy it." I go, yeah, you too. I drive back to get my mate. Goes, Why are you being such an ass? I go, he's the one that slammed the door on me. So I wouldn't have said it otherwise, but it takes two to tango, so I got him back. But that's a whole different. That's an ice cream story that he had to be there to see because I was laughing my butt off on him. But I'll let you guys go. It was a great talk. People on this thing. I'll just shout out Beagle. Yeah, he was, and I was asked right back, Merc. So that's why I said it's pretty funny. Um, I'll shout out the people in the chat. We had Beagle, we had Dev the Devastator, and we had you, Merc. Thanks for um thanks for watching, and anyone who's watching, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and we'll be back another time, and I'll make sure CT it is on there. We're gonna have quite a few things we can talk about, and yes, and you guys are welcome on, as long as it's not trolls and to the YouTube guidelines. But thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.